I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch network. A number of media outlets are now reporting that an actual fight took place between Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert in the ladies' bathroom adjacent to the Speaker of the House lobby right before the floor of the House of Representatives. And what's being reported is that they were both in the restroom at the same time, and Marjorie Taylor Greene yelled at Lauren Boebert and said, quote, "You took millions from Kevin McCarthy, but now you refuse to vote for him for Speaker." And then apparently, according to sources who would not put their name on the record, Lauren Boebert then ran out of the bathroom, and this is, again, quoting the sources, these are not my words, said that she ran out like a little schoolgirl. One of the individuals who was also in the bathroom who hinted at something that took place but would not elaborate any further is Democrat Representative Debbie Dingell, and she somewhat acknowledged coyly that something like that took place, but she said, quote, "What happens in the ladies' room stays in the ladies' room." And of course, we know now that for Marjorie Taylor Greene's complete support of Kevin McCarthy, Marjorie Taylor Greene, who was and is a QAnon supporter, someone who harassed survivors of school shootings and called them crisis actors, someone who's spoken very positively of Alex Jones, who was found liable of defaming the family members who lost their children in school shootings. Marjorie Taylor Greene, of course, someone who supported the insurrection, an election denier. Marjorie Taylor Greene, someone who gave a speech and said that if her and Steve Bannon were in charge of the insurrection, they would have done a better job and that people would have been armed. Marjorie Taylor Greene, who speaks about Jewish space lasers. I could keep going on, but she's now appointed by Kevin McCarthy and the Republicans to the Homeland Security Committee and the Oversight Committee. That is the modern-day Republican Party, where Marjorie Taylor Greene gets assigned those committees and George Santos gets assigned committees. He gets rewarded. He gets assigned to the Small Business Committee. That shows you what Republicans think about small businesses. And he gets assigned to the Space and Technology and Science Committee. But in addition to this purported fight that took place within the ladies' restroom, look, Marjorie Taylor Greene made very clear that she thought that Lauren Boebert was not a serious person. I mean, talk about, how messy things are in the MAGA Republican Party and how strange things are where you have Marjorie Taylor Greene saying Lauren Boebert's not serious. Two of some of the most unserious people pointing fingers at who's more unserious. But you may remember this as the 15 roll call votes were taking place. Marjorie Taylor Greene gave some press statement saying Lauren Boebert is not a serious person. Play this clip.
I think the American people, no matter how you vote, are sick and tired of drama, and this is nothing but drama. We're on multiple days now with multiple candidates from this group, so I'm not sure how Lauren Boebert on one hand can demand so much out of Kevin McCarthy, but then demand nothing out of someone else and be willing to vote for them to be Speaker. That's not serious. I don't think that's leadership, and I really see it as more obstruction than progress.
And this is Lauren Boebert saying that she expected that someone would be sworn in, and now they're getting sworn at. Here, play this clip.
And so now here we are, being sworn at instead of being sworn in. And we could have had this solved months ago. I have been working every day to unify the Republican Party for the American people. And yesterday, we had a deal that was not a selfish deal in any way for Kevin McCarthy to get him the gavel on the first ballot, and he eagerly dismissed us.
And here's Lauren Boebert saying that while there was arguments, there was no, to use her words, explicitives that were taking place. I think she meant expletives, but let's play the clip.
Well, it seemed like some of those discussions might have had some expletives maybe. Hard to tell. We're just kind of lip reading from the C-SPAN video, but it seemed like someone who we thought was maybe an ally of yours, Marjorie Taylor Greene, the Congresswoman, and you might have been exchanging some heated words. Do you have any comment on that, or is it just heated day at the office?
Yeah, I was certainly telling people that they needed to leave and quit trying to use these bully tactics to get us to change our votes. There were no explicit exchanged whatsoever.
And then today you have Matt Gaetz and Boebert, but Matt Gaetz particularly trying to now play nice with Marjorie Taylor Greene, and Marjorie Taylor Greene not having any of it. One of the things that Matt Gaetz said, congratulating Marjorie Taylor Greene on her committee assignments, Matt Gaetz goes, "Bravo, Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's going to do an amazing work for the people on these committees. She has earned," all in capital. Then, quote, "Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia is back on a committee assignment now that Republicans have retaken the House. And the Rep Gaetz-led revolt has put some steel in McCarthy's spine," is the quote. I'm probably quoting one of their right-wing MAGA extremist websites. And Marjorie Taylor Greene responds to that, and she goes, "Thanks to Speaker McCarthy and steering for voting me on the committees, I requested on the submission form most of us filled out. Too bad we're weeks behind after you, Matt Gaetz, spent a week only getting the motion to vacate from 5 to 1, that's MTV. As the leading MAGA voice in Congress, I look forward to committees." Just think about it, the leading MAGA voice. This is just so humiliating and disgusting that this is just even going on. Matt Gaetz responds, "Well, we got a few other things, but I'm thrilled the motion to vacate is back to the pre-Pelosi standard, totally worth it. We, the people, will be in better hands with Marjorie Taylor Greene holding the corrupt Biden administration accountable via committee service. I'm so here for it." And then Marjorie Taylor Greene's not done, and she goes after Matt Gaetz again and says, "The rules package did not change at all from January 1st to January 6th, except the motion to vacate went from 5 to 1. Literally anyone could read them online and see that. All substantial negotiations happened in conference and 5 families meetings before the 15 ballots starting on January 3rd. That's one of the terminologies that the MAGA Republicans use because everything's criminal. So they use the language of the mafia, and they said there was a meeting. You can't make this stuff up. That there was a meeting of the 5 families of MAGA Republicans who all came together to sell out America and have Kevin McCarthy sell out shares of himself to sell out America, where they came up with things like the 23 or 25% sales tax on all Americans to try to help billionaires, where they came up with things like cutting your Social Security, where they talked about taking away your Medicare. By the way, not hyperbole. These are things that they want to do, where they talked about forcing the United States of America to default on its debt, for America to default on its full faith and credit. These are agenda items that they want. They talked about items like creating committees where they could investigate the FBI and the Department of Justice to try to stop them from engaging in criminal investigations of domestic terrorists. These are the priorities, all the while spreading conspiracies about IRS agents that are just completely and utterly false, and spreading conspiracies about Democrats trying to take away your stoves while MAGA Republicans are actually trying to take away your Social Security. They make up conspiracies about stoves. This is who the MAGA Republican Party is. It's utterly despicable. And whether or not the fight took place in the restroom or not, as it's being reported, what they're engaged in front of all of us, not in the ladies' room, but in front of us all, is what's frankly more disturbing, right? This is anti-American. This goes against all our values. They want to terminate our Constitution, and they frankly want to destroy our democracy, these MAGA Republicans. Enough is enough. The exhausted majority is not exhausted anymore. We are going to all work together. We're going to call out these MAGA extremists. We are going to make sure they're held accountable and that they never have power ever again after these 2 years. I want you to be committed to that, and I would be grateful for that. Hit the subscribe button. It's free. So subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just free. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 1 million subscribers thanks to your support. Let's get there. Let's get there before March. Hit subscribe. Help us reach our 1 million subscriber goal. And check us out at Patreon. Go to patreon.com/MeidasTouch. patreon.com/MeidasTouch. You will love the exclusive content that we have on our Patreon site, but more than that, it helps grow this independent media platform. We're 100% independent. We're not funded by outside investors. Wherever you are in the world, if you want to join, no worries if you can, because it is a membership. But I always get asked, what can we do to help? What can we do to help? That would go a long way to help. You go to patreon.com/MeidasTouch. You sign up, you become a member, join one of the membership tiers, and help grow this independent platform, this community. No worries if you can. Until next time, I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network.
At MeidasTouch, we are unapologetically pro-democracy, and we demand justice and accountability. That's why we're spreading our message to Convict 45. That's right, gear up right now with your Convict 45 tees and pins at store.MeidasTouch.com. That's store.MeidasTouch.com.